Hey Amazon sellers, get the latest on what's happening on Amazon here every single Friday. I'm Jenna Lieber with Turnkey Product Management, the Amazon experts. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button and ring the bell. All right, hey guys, what's up? It's Jenna. I am here talking with Nolan, who is our Amazon PPC expert here at Turnkey. So we're really excited today because we are talking about dynamic bidding, which is Nolan's favorite topic ever, right, Nolan?
Yep, absolutely.
Awesome. So Nolan, why don't you just tell us a little bit about what dynamic bidding is?
Yeah, so dynamic bidding is a really powerful optimization if you are running PPC campaigns on Amazon. Essentially, we all know that you set bids for particular keywords in Amazon, and your ad gets triggered when someone types in that keyword, whether it's broad or exact. There's different ways you can do the targeting, but the basic outline is that people type in a keyword and an ad shows up on Amazon. So the question there is, where does that ad show up? So there's a few different, they're called placements on Amazon of where the ads actually show up. There is top of search, which means it's the first 2 or 3 listings that show up in the just array of all the listings that show up there. And there's also what's called rest of search, which means it's in that array of listings, but it's not at the top. And then there's also product pages. So you might get a little confused. I'm not referring to sponsored brand campaigns where you have above all the listings with the 3 products in the headline. That's not what we're talking about here. We're actually talking about the sponsored product ads. And I'll show you in just a minute exactly how you can look at how those different listings are performing for your campaign. But essentially, if someone sees your ad, it's the first thing that shows up. People in English speaking or most languages read left to right. There's some exceptions to that. So you're always going to be, people in general are always looking top to bottom, left to right. And those top of search placements are the first 2 or 3 from the top left on when people search for things. So it's really important to know that that top of search is showing up, ads are showing up before any of the other listings. So it's a really good placement, that top of search placement. And if people are clicking on that, really the first or second listing, chances are that they're going to have a much higher conversion rate than if they're sorting through all the different listings in there and comparing products and looking at something that might show up in the rest of search. So what dynamic bidding allows us to do is essentially say, tell Amazon, my keyword bid for this keyword is going to be $1. But if it's going to show up on top of search, I'm willing to pay a little bit more. If it's going to be showing up on someone else's product page and I know it's not going to convert as well, I'm willing to pay a little less. So that's at a high level what this dynamic bidding is allowing us to do. Does that make sense so far, Jenna?
Yeah, I mean, I think so. As far as converting, you were talking about how, if you're converting better on one or the other, that's how you're going to adjust your bids through dynamic bidding. How would I be able to see how I'm doing on those different types of placements?
Yeah, so I'm going to share my screen here. Just a moment. Okay. Can you see my example campaign here?
I can, yes.
Okay, so essentially you want to click into one of the campaigns in your account. Here we have a paperclip manual example campaign. And then when you first do that, you're going to be on this ad groups tab. But we want to look at placements here. So what I'm seeing now is the breakdown of top of search, product pages, and rest of search. And obviously, if you're running PPC campaigns, you're going to have data in here. And there's also a campaign bidding strategy. So if you want to start using dynamic bids, you have to go into the campaign settings and select. There's a few different options. There's dynamic bids like up only, up and down. We like to use up and down when we're implementing dynamic bids. And to start, these are going to be at 0%. So what this means is if I change this to 100%, that means for top of search, I'm telling Amazon I'm willing to pay 100% more. So a $1 bid could change to $2. Now it's really important when you do this that you're keeping a close eye on things, because you're essentially doubling your bids, and you actually may want to go in and actually into your ad group and your targeting and reduce the overall bid levels, just so you can increase them here just for top of search. And what that'll do is just increase the ratio of spend that's going to top of search. But before making this change, I just want to outline what you'll expect to see from an account. The click-through rate on top of search is going to be much, much higher than it will be for product pages and rest of search. Because like I said, the top of search is just the first listings that show up. So we're going to see even 10% click-through rates on some of these campaigns that are running top of search. Product pages and rest of search, those are going to be like below 1% click-through rates. And at a high level, most of the time, we're going to see the ACOS be more favorable in the top of search, but it is something that you want to check on before implementing this change. If you are seeing the ACOS is better in the top of search placement, you'll definitely want to increase the percentage a little bit there and maintain the 0% on product pages. So at a high level, that's basically an overview of the dynamic bidding. It is a really powerful tool. We have seen some really great results from it from some of our PPC clients. We've also had some examples where it didn't work quite as well as we anticipated. So it's something that you really need to keep a close eye on, because you are making essentially significant adjustments to the bids. So it's very powerful and definitely a little bit more of an advanced feature, but really a great tool to be aware of and to start playing around with.
Awesome. That's great. So, obviously we work with tons of different sellers just at different stages in their selling, journey. So, one question I, get quite often is, what happens if like I built my campaign years ago, Nolan, like way before dynamic bidding came out? What does that mean for my bids right now?
Yeah. So there are times where older campaigns won't have all the same features. So if you go into your campaign and you're not seeing this placement tab, you may need to make a new campaign to have it refreshed with all the features. But at a high level, if you are running at a campaign and the ACOS is what you want it to be, and you go in here and see that the ACOS is better for top of search, you'll want to go ahead and put, start maybe just with like 25%, something like that. So you're bidding a little bit more on the top of search, and then wait a little bit, maybe later that week, check and make sure nothing is being disrupted too much, and then maybe increase it a little further if the results are still coming in good, what you want. So that's what I would recommend for someone in starting to implement this. And yeah.
Awesome. Very cool. So, I mean, guys, as far as dynamic bidding goes, it's definitely an advanced feature, but it's one that you should definitely get comfortable with. Obviously, something to definitely explore. So if you guys have any questions about dynamic bidding or, just PPC in general, feel free to reach out to our team, talk to our client success team, and we will hook you guys up with the right contacts. But other than that, I think that's all we have for dynamic bidding, unless Nolan, you have anything else to add?
No, I think that's it. Definitely, like you said, a little bit more of an advanced feature, but I think this is one of the areas that is moving forward in Amazon as things are getting more and more competitive. It's going to be even more important because it just allows your ads to show up more in places where the conversions are going to be better. And as things get more and more competitive, we're always needing to continue improving and it'll just help performance overall.
Definitely, definitely. So if you guys have questions on that, definitely reach out to us. But thank you guys so much for listening, and we'll see you next week. Hey guys, thank you so much for watching this video. Here at Turnkey, we are committed to bringing you the ultimate best. So make sure you go ahead and subscribe by hitting the bell here. See you in the next video.